If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to NCTV45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. NCTV45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. NCTV45 is the #1 media source locally. NCTV45, anytime on your time. Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train. Everyone's talking about NCTV45. Internet television the way you want it. Your #1 media source serving Newcastle, Lawrence County, and globally. NCTV45.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, Attorney at Law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train.
Hello, folks, and pleasant Sunday, the 29th of this month of November. And a little chilly outside, 27 degrees. And you bet your bippy, it's cold. And, well, a lot to get to. We've got some breaking stories that you might not just catch anywhere. Concerning the election, concerning COVID, we've had the 45 days till Christmas, which will continue today, and we'll get you your community happenings out. And quite a few other things, sports and weather. Boy, those Notre Dame Fighting Irish are looking really, really sharp. And how about Pitt got thumped? Penn State won. In what seems to be just a topsy-turvy, I don't know that we're in any kind of a world right now. So let's get to it and muddle through the best we can. Let's take COVID first. The Department of Health provides an update on the COVID-19 4,114 patients hospitalized. Once again, see the number of people going down that test positive, they chose to find a higher number. COVID is real. But my problem with this group is they have elected to inject fear into people rather than positiveness. 864 in intensive care. If we divide that by the 67 counties, you're basically talking 13, and when you get and extrapolate it out and look at there being a lot more people in Philadelphia than there are in Potter County, the number becomes lower and lower in the West. But they'll continue the fear-mongering. Great job. Let's talk a little bit about the Constitution. You know, very interesting that it went to the Supreme Court. The idea to tell religious groups they weren't allowed to go to church. I don't know if you followed that, but let me give you the whole type of shoot and match idea. The Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights, doesn't allow for pandemics. It doesn't allow for things to be changed, and that is very important because the founding fathers knew that by doing this, it was a slippery slope. Thus, the constitutional amendments are very, very important. Now, let's I want to talk about the first group of them. Okay. Freedom of religion, speech, and assembly. There is no very more important, thank you, Angelo. There is no more important one than that first one. Let's require it again. Freedom of religion, speech, petition, and assembly. It does not in any way, shape, or form tell you that, oh, just in case we don't want to follow this, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of a religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, the religion, or abridging the freedom of speech, or the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and petition the government for a readiness grievance. Folks, you just can't shut down people. You can't tell them they can't come over at Thanksgiving or Christmas. You can't tell them they're not allowed to go to church. This is not like make-believe. This is specific. This was what made us and what makes us the greatest country in the world. Now, the liberals have got shut down. How did they get shut down? Well, Governor Cuomo decided to limit who could go to church. He tried. In a 5-4 decision, it was taken to the Supreme Court and he lost because these words have meanings. This doesn't have to do with not liking somebody. The words of the Constitution have to have meanings to assure each of us our freedoms. Now, this just out of Harrisburg. And this is very, very important. Republican members of the state house to get directly intervene in the state certification of one candidate or another. They have President-elect Biden. I'm President-elect too. Popular vote victory have appeared to not fizzled, but a majority of the party caucuses meeting Saturday night. A group of the members, of whom are part of the senior House leadership, had crafted a resolution that would declare a finding of the House that the results of the presidential election are in dispute, urging Governor Tom Wolf and his secretary to rescind their certification of Biden's win. His secretary, Kathy Brock-Vokar, to rescind it. Okay. The resolution by itself would have been binding on Wolf, but supporters were hoping it would have created a platform and a measure for further steps, including a formal challenge of seating of the Pennsylvania Democratic electors by the members of the congressional delegation, or efforts within the General Assembly to name its own electors. But after Saturday's discussion, it was clear the House effort was going nowhere, they said. Speaker of the House, Byron Coulter, representative from Lancaster, and Majority Carrie Benninghoff from Center County said in a statement issued, caucus broke that they agreed that the state's election process and procedures need a top-to-bottom review of consistent fairness, but they are at this time to make no legislative actions on this year's results, and they will not be calling the House back to session. This is what was said, and then we had a conflicting statement come in. I'm going to go on. Their joint read in part, "We are physically unable to consider new legislation before the end of the session. A simple resolution takes 3 legislative days for consideration, and a concurrent resolution takes 5 legislation days to move through both chambers." So they're complaining about time, but they're still getting paid, which means we do not have time to need to address the resolution in our current session, which expires Monday. Well, you tell them they can't go home. As Monday, as per the state constitution. Well, Kathy Vokar didn't listen to the state constitution. Why should you? I don't know. It's obviously Pennsylvania's election process are in dire need of repair. Our work to ensure the chaotic confusion of the 2020 election. According to the unofficial tally, Biden had more votes, but there were the rest of the votes going to the Libertarians. So there was all this confusion giving Biden these electoral votes. Okay, now what you're going to see is this go into the courts. Republicans were also angered about what they saw as an intrusion of Pennsylvania's Supreme Court into legislative affairs when it upheld the administration's directive permitting mail-in ballots. They did intrude. That came into the election offices by Friday after the election to be accepted before counting. They did intrude. The law says they intruded. Wolf and the courts, premised the vote on a widely reported slowdowns in the U.S. mail. The Trump campaign has so far failed to score any major victories in the state or federal courts on the arguments. Well, once again, they're not reading the law. They're legislating from the bench. Pennsylvania's Supreme Court dismissed the case, which means it could go on to the U.S. Supreme Court. These are all things to watch this week. And then they go on with some rhetoric here because the liberal press, actually the liberal press was reporting that, and that tells you, now get in mind, here this tells you they're closing down Monday, basically December 1st. So there's nothing going to go on in Harrisburg for 3 weeks prior to Christmas. Tell me now, who takes off besides school children from Thanksgiving to New Year's? Let me know. Who takes that time off? Let me read this to you once again. Congress shall make no laws respecting established religions or prohibit the free exercise of religion or abridging the freedom of speech, press, or the right of people to assemble and to petition the government for readdress of grievances. Folks, we're in an interesting time. I'm just reading the laws and reading the amendments, reading what was out there in the U.S. Constitution. Nothing fancy, no hocus pocus. That's the bottom line. Well, let's go to sports. Number 1, Alabama beat Auburn handily. Number 3, Clemson throttled Pittsburgh. Penn State got a win. We knew that Notre Dame already won, and Alabama and Notre Dame solidify spots in the top 4. So it'll be interesting. Let's go to sports, see what's going on today, and we'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report and the game. Steelers, where are the Steelers? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers now have been moved to play Baltimore on Tuesday, December 1st. Your Sunday games, and I'm just going to give you a quick once-over. Giants at the Bengals. And then Miami at the New York Jets. That's always big in my house. Cleveland will visit Jacksonville. Those are your 1 o'clock games. Your 4 o'clock games. San Francisco at the LA Chargers. Check that, Rams. And Kansas City, they'll be at Tampa Bay. The nightcap is Chicago at Green Bay, just to give you an idea of what's going on there. Now, like I said, Steelers moved to Tuesday. We'll check it out. Now, this was the Cedar Sports Corner. We'll be back right after this time.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Alley's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Alley's Upper Crust. At Delicios. Look at this sandwich. This is lunch, and I didn't want to overdo it, but I had coleslaw before. This sandwich, absolutely excellent. Cajun chicken, but their menu is so huge, and I'm going to show you all your friends that you knew from the old place. They're all here. So make sure you stop. They're open from 7 to 9. It's Delicios in downtown Newcastle.
Ian, you caught me. Having a snack as we took that break. 27 degrees out. And how do you feel about the Steelers? Their game keeps getting moved. You know, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to wrap your arms around what's going on here in just this time in which we live. For instance, as you go to today's NFL game, you have games getting moved, people testing for COVID, and there's like a question as to when will football season be over and the next season begin. I don't know. Seems to just be out there. Let's take a look at weather. And wow. As you take a look at, we picked up a degree. 96% humidity. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure 30.13. Visibility 9 miles. I would think it was better than that. And there right now there isn't any wind chill. Now things are going to get a little dicey. This shows clear sailing. That's Cleveland. That's Pittsburgh. Let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather, and we'll be back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you won't even need a pulling guard to score at Lindy's lunch. Before the game, just right for lunch or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right, you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello and welcome again to Lawrence County 45 weather. And well, after last night's cloudy low of 37, how is your Sunday, then check that, Saturday looking? And well, as you take a look at local radar, pretty clear. The national scene, out beyond the cloud cover here and precipitation, is clearing, and that's going to reach us for your Saturday. It'll be gradual, so don't think you're going to see these drastic changes. Last night, 37 and cloudy. Your Saturday, mostly cloudy, gradually becoming sunny. That'll be later in the afternoon. High of 46. Saturday night, cuddle alert, clear low of 30. And your Sunday, sunshine and 53. That'll feel good. Now, Sunday night, showers likely after 2, mostly cloudy, a low of 36. Chance of the precip, 70% Sunday night. So after that nice day, you're going to get some rain. Monday, Karen, not a happy day for you. Showers, 47, 90% chance of rain. That continues into Monday evening, and low around 29, cuddle alert, 90% chance of rain. Transitioning you into Tuesday. It just keeps coming, high at 36. And you got a rain-snow mix, 80% chance. Be careful you don't go slip sliding away. Now, Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, 25, 50% chance of precipitation. It's probably going to come in the form of snow. So, not an accumulation type snow. The ground's still kind of warm, but nevertheless, you're going to get it. Your Wednesday, partly sunny and 37. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, a low of 23. And Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 40. Very seasonal. We're making that transition into the winter months, and here we go, folks. So buckle up with that one. Now, this was Lawrence County 45 weather, and we're going to take this break, hear from these great sponsors, and then we'll be right back to see you. Elham's for one great dining experience. Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food, Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Now we're back, and here's an example of trying to run out the clock on the election. We already had told you about the Republican legislatures. Well, the PA Supreme Court dismissed a request from Mike Kelly and Sean Purnell to declare the mail-in voting unconstitutional in the state. And for you, those of you that don't know, November 3rd was the election. The law says that they can't change when ballots arrive unless it's the legislature. Vokar, Secretary of State, changed it all by herself. Unconstitutional, didn't have the right to do it. When she made this change, they kept taking ballots for 3 days after, which changed the result of the election. The state attorney general's Democrat, Josh Shapiro, he called it a win for democracy. Actually, it was a win for communism, because that means that the Constitution, state laws mean nothing. Now it goes on to the Supreme Court if they choose to bring it there. Okay, Congress shall make no law respecting an established religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and petition the government for a readdress of grievances. Keep that in mind, folks. Thanks for watching NCTV45. Please tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. When they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, tell them NCTV45. We're available anytime on your time. Always in the pursuit of excellence. It's NCTV45. And make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you.